Hello everyone, I'm Markus Lüdemann from LeanBanking. We're a startup out of Munich and Berlin. And today I'd like to demo our cloud service called Figo. Figo provides a very simple API that lets developers actually focus on developing apps and services while we take care of 4 different aspects. They are access to banks, credit cards, payment providers, future wallets, etc. Then we're making transaction data smart to provide a relevant context not only for users but also for service providers. Then we're changing the whole experience of banking from a pull experience where you have to fetch all of your data to actually pushing information when it's relevant directly to the user. Admittedly, all of this sounds rather abstract. So we've built an app that is live in Germany since December in a light version that actually is showcasing most of the features of our API. The goal of the app was actually very simple. We wanted to come up with a financial home for mainstream consumers where they can spend, save, and plan their money. So this is it. This is, let me unlock the app, share my lock code with you here. So the start screen directly shows already one aspect of Figo. Here, different accounts from different banks, credit cards, payment service providers are all living happily together. I have my grand total up here. I can just swipe through different accounts by just swiping around here. This is my credit card, PayPal, etc. I can just scroll through my transaction history. I can transfer money by pressing on this little plus icon up here. With PayPal, that's actually slightly more convenient. Hang on just a second. Just have to enter your email address, amount, you know this from PayPal. Okay. Let's talk about enriching financial data and creating a more relevant context for consumers. Let's go into the details of a transaction to make that point, actually. So we're not only enriching data for customers themselves to have a more relevant context about certain transactions. So here, for example, you see we have an automatic categorization. This is a Deutsche Telekom contract, which I've put into the comms category. This is automatically then categorized after a while. We've got a little budgeting function here that tells me that I've already spent €204 out of my €250 telecoms budget. This is a relevant context for consumers, and we're doing that for, of course, all transactions. You'll see with the color coding, we have different type of automatic categories here. But just as importantly, we're intending to create a relevant context for service providers as well. So what we're doing is we're classifying transactions so that we can actually do a matchmaking between services and the specific type of a transaction. So let me give you an example here. As said, this is a contract. So down here we have actually a couple of icons that all resemble different type of services. So price comparison, alarming of reoccurring payments. We've got a functionality for handling and archiving receipts. But I want to now focus on actually handling contracts. So I'll press on the icon here. And what we're actually doing is now we're handing over the customer to a service provider that is actually dealing with handling contracts. So in this case, this is a popular service in Germany that is actually helping you to cancel your ongoing contracts. So I'll just click on Manage Contract, and actually I'll be just transferred to his app, where everything is already pre-filled, my name, Deutsche Telekom is already in there, my cell phone number. What I would just need to do is now actually sign here, and off I would go and they would cancel the contract for me. So this is just an example of how we are actually starting to tie in service providers in this very relevant context of personal finance. Okay, lastly I want to highlight actually a feature which is relating to the push experience. So let me go to a feature called Monthly Overview. It's actually not yet the feature, hang on. Just get back to one account. Let me get to the Monthly Overview. And here, just to make the example, I want to show you one feature which is pretty popular in our beta test, which is actually simply a very simple expense limit. So you can set yourself a limit here. I've got €2,000. I don't want to spend more than that per month. And I see here I still have a bit of remaining money. I've already spent this much. Weird enough, this feature was very popular amongst men who were basically checking on the expenses of their wives. So it was quite a popular feature in that sense. So let's try this. I'll change the expense limit to something more ambitious. Let's say €2. Just get back here and you'll see, okay, I've actually overspent already. In theory, if Murphy's Law doesn't strike, I should now get a notification that I have actually overspent just to demonstrate the push. So I'll wait a bit. Maybe too many people are now surfing the internet. Just a couple of more examples on notifications. So I can also set myself notifications on, here we go. Here's now the push notification telling me I've overspent, I've reached my spending limit of €2. Other examples for notifications are actually exceeding your expenses, exceeding new deposits, or when new deposits come in, or I can set notifications for actually a specific recipient, money from a specific recipient coming in. Okay, so much for our iPhone app for Figo. In fact, we've also created a web version. So this is the little sister, actually, of the iPhone app. We have way more features in our web application. Actually, the Finovate guys yesterday told me I should show much more of this, but the idea of 7 minutes wasn't mine, so I'll just leave this as a cliffhanger for you. We have way more things in here to show, like more enrichment of transactional data, having automatic savings, in this case, or planning your financial future. So a lot of more features which actually follows the idea of getting together service providers and actually a very relevant private financial context. Okay, so that was it from us. We're here also to talk to investors today, so very welcome, as well as companies that are interested in actually hopping onto this. And I'm looking forward to actually see you at our booth. So, thanks a lot.